I'm going to do a reading today for you about you versus them. I want to start off just getting some cards on your overall energy versus theirs. So let's see for Pisces. And you've got development. Lovely. You know, this is representing the Empress card in the Major Arcana. So a lot about growth there. I mean, I'm liking it. What are you nurturing right now? What are you... This can also be a very feminine energy that you're taking care of something. You're harmonizing something. Some of you may be taking care of your health or your home. And then they have the Magician card, which in this deck is called Manifestation. So they're very much about starting something, having more confidence and creating something and being resourceful. So I don't know, it's almost, it's kind of a little bit of a contrast there in that they're trying to start something, a very masculine energy and with initiation. You have more of a feminine energy where you're trying to nurture something. You're trying to take care of something and allow it to grow, you know. I don't know why, but I'm just hearing that something is in an incubation period. So for you, you know, you might feel like things are very quiet right now, but it's in those quiet moments that the most growth is happening actually, right? In the unseen, right? So one more shuffle and we're going to find out what you and your person are thinking, feeling, and we're going to look at the obstacles and advice for Pisces. And you've got Queen of Coins. Lovely. So maybe an earth sign is relevant, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But also just being really down to earth and grounded, that might, you know, be a really important energy. And what you're thinking about right now, well, you've got the Star card in reverse, so perhaps an Aquarian is relevant. If not, it could simply be that right now you're thinking about some dreams and wishes that didn't get fulfilled. Maybe thinking about having lost hope in something. If you are very wishful, you know, full of wishful thinking right now, with this card, I would encourage you to really check yourself. Are you attached to a fantasy? Are you Neptuning out? Because I think something's just not quite grounded, okay? And that might be what the energy is about, you needing to ground, because something's not getting off the ground, okay, with this in reverse. What they're thinking is Two of Rods. So they're making plans. They're making plans for the future. Maybe they're partnering with somebody or making plans to partner with somebody. And so it's a really good energy of, you know, trying to plan things out for their life and make decisions so that they can get progress with their life and forward movement. What you're feeling, wow, that is 10 of Wands in reverse. So are you feeling that you've been overburdened and you got to drop it? You got to drop the burden now? Or do you feel like there's been one-sided giving in this relationship? Are you feeling burned out and tired and exhausted? Sometimes that card could be about avoiding responsibility as well. So just again, be careful, because if you're like, yeah, I'm doing fine, I'm not burned out, I'm not overwhelmed, well, the other side of that is it could be because you've been avoiding responsibility, or somebody around you, it's you or somebody around you has been avoiding responsibility. How they're feeling, well, they're resisting something. They are pushing back in some way. They could be coming across really defensive emotionally. and maybe even refusing to open up about it, whatever has got them in defense mode. And it might be that there's some unwanted attention coming from other people that they're resisting. We'll find out. We'll clarify in a moment. The obstacle is Four of Coins in reverse. Not a fan of this because it's telling me that somebody is either being too greedy or too stingy. You know, they're just like super self-protective to the point that it's really unhealthy. The advice, wow, Tower, you need to let something fall out. You need to let it go. Because something here is not on solid ground. I'm sorry to say. It's just not. Let me see what this Star in Reverse card is about. And that one wanted to come out. Isolation. So this might be somebody who is like a soulmate. And perhaps there's been separation between the two of you because somebody was not being prioritized. Aquarius did get this in their reading with the isolation about having, you know, coming across like an ice queen, cutting people out. And it's not that the Aquarian doesn't feel, they really do. It's just that they have to put up protective walls because they perceive that people are not prioritizing them and looking out for their best interests. And you know, and sometimes, I mean, I gotta say, as an Aquarian, that's I've had to cut a lot of people out, and it's not that I was being ugly. It's just that, you know, logically speaking, that's what needed to be done. That was the right thing in my life at that time. I was dealing with a lot of this, you know, people not wanting to take responsibility and leaving me to carry that. And then they want to talk like, oh, how are you doing? What's going on? Oh, you still carrying that load by yourself? Gee, I'm sorry. Well, gotta go now. You know, I'll pray for you. Right? Like, that fixes anything, right? Why don't you help me carry that burden? They weren't helping for whatever reason. Maybe they couldn't, you know? But Aquarius had to cut those people out. So, and I'm sharing this with you because I don't know if this is really your energy, okay? Because a lot of the Pisces have a lot of Aquarian energy, as do I, right? I'm Aquarius Sun, but I've got a lot of Pisces energy. So I could have Aquarius Suns watching this, you know, because they're like me and they've got 4 Pisces placements. Or maybe you're Pisces Sun and you've got a lot of Aquarius placements. So maybe go watch the Aquarius reading. But if you're not dealing with an Aquarian, then perhaps you have Aquarius in your chart. And if none of that applies, the only thing I can see here is this is a soulmate where there's been some kind of separation and heartbreak. Somebody lost their faith in this connection because they were not being prioritized. And you might be thinking about this this week. All right, what they're doing, what they're thinking, I should say, what they're thinking with the Two of Wands. Please clarify. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Two of Wands. Please clarify. I'm getting intuitively as I'm shuffling these cards that they're a little bit scattered with their plans, okay? I'm getting that they are trying to like figure out what is going to take off, and so they've got a lot of irons in the fire. They're really reevaluating things with the Seven of Pentacles here. They're demonstrating a lot of patience with their planning and their decision making, but they're also reassessing things, reevaluating, because they've waited a long time, they've invested a lot. And with the King of Air in reverse, King of Swords reverse, which could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini yet again, but very likely an Aquarian. In reverse, this is somebody who cannot be reasoned with. Like, you're not going to talk them out of their way of thinking. The worst expression of King of Swords in reverse is somebody who is like a con man and somebody who plays head games. So do be aware of this, okay? And if this person is doing it, they've been doing it for the long, long time. The way that they go about getting forward movement and planning is by playing head games, okay? That's how they manifest stuff. That's how they plan their future. They have a long history of being unreasonable, somebody that you cannot reason with. When once they get it in their head that this is what I'm doing and this is how I'm going to do it, you can't talk them out of it. And it is very fixed energy, which, you know, is what the fixed energies are: Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio. So you can't, I'm really getting the vibe that this person, these might have been plans that they've had for a long time, and they're just not abandoning it, even though the plans aren't working out. Maybe they're still like, okay, well, I mean, they're still trying to make it happen, even though they've been trying for a very long time. And you can't talk them out of what they want. You just can't, okay? So let me see what this is about your feelings with the Ten of Wands in reverse. Whoa. Depressed. My gosh, I'm sorry. Look at that black hole. Empty, numb, withdrawn. Oh my gosh, Pisces, what in the heck? You're not letting people know. You're like holding back on people. I think this is a very private issue. You know, I'm even seeing that with that isolation card, and I'm seeing over here timid, introverted, reserved. I don't think that this is a very, very private matter. I get this, I'm just going to tell you, I feel this aloneness. I feel this unsupportedness, like I'm actually like getting angry and tears are almost coming up in me. And I usually don't get emotional in these readings, so I'm really tapping into something heavy here. This is a very, I mean, and I've read some heavy stuff today, but there's something, something about this is really getting to me. I am really sorry for whoever's going through this. Let's see if we can get some advice. You see how my whole countenance has shifted when I got into the emotions of this. You know, I think I was pretty logical about it until then, and then I just felt that, and it's just, whoa. Let's see, you know, what they're feeling, because it's almost like they're resisting something. If anybody were to try to inquire upon what they're doing, it's like, stay back. I think they are resisting anybody who's showing an interest in them right now. They want to maintain their peace. And I'm getting here that there's an energy of uncertainty, doubt, and somebody just doesn't feel confidence at all. Let's see if I can correct the lighting. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, of course. You know, honestly, I'm telling you, if you're being resisted by somebody and that's making you feel unsupported and overburdened and alone, well, yeah. How are you going to have confidence in that? How are you going to have any faith in that? This is a loss of faith and confidence. And I'm seeing it over here as well. I mean, if you are blocking yourself off from that, I don't blame you. I'm going to say, I mentioned earlier, very fixed type of, this person is very fixed. No, this is what I'm doing. This is what, and they've been doing it this way for their whole lives probably, okay? and you can't talk them out of their way. I mentioned this fixed energy, and I mentioned the fixed signs. I have not done Scorpio yet. I haven't read for Scorpio, but I will tell you, the Taurus reading that I did, I got the same kind of this stuff nonsense coming up. In fact, I titled that one, Pushback. They don't want to give you what you want. Leo, another fixed energy, similar story. Sorry, they don't have what you need. And I did Aquarius, and I haven't titled that one yet, but I think it's like time for a new plan, out with the old and with the new, because whoever this person is, okay, that's impacting, is in some way impacted by a fixed sign or fixed energy, you know. There's this theme or this pattern that I keep seeing in these readings involving the fixed signs of somebody does not want to give back to the person what they want. It's like they're hell-bent on my way or the highway. And that leaves the other person feeling kind of stuck out. Like, okay, I guess I'll go be over here by myself then. Because I can't put my faith and confidence in this, and I'm not going to get wish fulfillment with that. I feel really sad. I'm really sad about that. And I don't know what this person's problem is. It's like you're wanting, it's almost, again, I'm going to go back to what I said from the beginning. You're trying to nurture and care for something and grow it, you know? This person, and this is, well, your energy is very feminine, very loving, very nurturing, okay? But theirs is very initiating, masculine. I'm here. I'm calling the shots. It's going to be my way or the highway. And they don't want anyone or anything that's going to disrupt their brand of peace, whatever that is. Like what some people call peace is just, hey, don't confront me. Like, let me do whatever the hell I want, wreck everybody's life, including my own, but don't say anything to me about it. And that's what they call peace. Peace to them is not being confronted, not having consequences in life. You know, peace at any cost is what it is for them. I'm not getting a good vibe off of this person. I'm just going to be honest with you. Let me see what this Four of Pentacles in reverse is about, because that's the obstacle. And to be honest with you, it's the same thing I was seeing with the fixed sign readings that I've done so far. It's this energy of somebody's very self-interested, very self-protective, to the point where it's just nasty. It's just so nasty. It's greedy, stingy, something like that. What is this about? This obstacle. I'm feeling like this is just not a generous person. They're about themselves. You know, I don't know why I'm getting a lot of that in these readings lately. You're dealing, I don't see narcissism here, but I have seen it in some the air sign readings. And so I don't know, this person might be going through some kind of financial issues where they're juggling finances or resources, or they're trying to get from one, maybe move locations or jobs or something like that, where they're between relationships or between jobs or between houses. There's something that they're juggling, some kind of change that they're trying to navigate and negotiate. Maybe with partnership or a legal contract, possibly involving a Gemini, because we've got the Lover's card there. But I think so, there could have been a love decision that was made. Well, there it is. See? 9 of Cups in reverse. there we have the narcissism card, and in this deck they call it lazy. This is somebody who's self-indulgent at the expense of others, including themselves. It's just, it's way bad. It's somebody who is so self-concerned. Why? Because they want a new beginning. But guess what? Their new beginning brings conflict with other people. 5 of Wands. Yeah, there's a battle of wills here. Not everybody's in agreement with what they want, but too bad, because they can't be reasoned with, and they might con you out of it, or con you into coming into agreement with them, or they're just going to be unreasonable, or they're going to play head games with you. But by God, they're going to get their new beginning, even though there's so much turmoil surrounding it, because they are self-interested. Like, I'm sorry, I'm about to start cussing in this reading. I gotta clean it up and keep it PG-13, because I'm about to call them some mother effers, okay? And I don't normally talk like that. I usually keep it clean. And let me say, I reserve that word for very special circumstances where saying anything less would be a lie, okay? And I do see them. I see a mother here. And that's your energy with the Empress getting effed over. There it is again. And I'm seeing it all over these clarifying cards. This person might have put you in a situation where you're struggling to adapt to the fact that they are not going to be generous with you for whatever the reason. And you had to look at this person and make a decision about why you have partnered with them, or at what level you should or should not partner with them, and why. Because they are self-indulgent to a fault. And maybe even really immature. We might have an Aries here, okay? But there's something very, like, you know, childlike about this person. They're very egocentric, you know, where they're the center of their own universe. And even though all hell's breaking loose, trying to show them, hey, it's not all about you, they don't care. They're clinging on to that coin. I think the Tower card is here because you just need to let this stuff fall out. Okay, you need to drop it like a bad habit. Because I think with the 9 of Wands clarifying that Tower, you've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I feel a warning rising up in me. I need to tell you, the more you fight this fallout and you don't just let it happen, the more you're going to go through this wounded warrior type of energy, where it's just one thing after another with this person. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why it's never going to end with this person. This conflict and struggle and battle. Because you have to understand that if you are dealing with a narcissist, and I think that some of you are here with that Nine of Cups in reverse, you have to understand that with a narcissist, your relationship with them, from their perspective, is set up for their benefit, not yours. They partnered with you for what you could do for them, not the other way around. Okay, it's a what's in it for me. Yeah. Mommy, where's my dinner tonight? Mommy, where's my nice warm bed? Are they looking for a mommy? I don't know why I keep going back to this mommy energy. Okay. They want a one-way type of relationship where you're giving, you're nurturing, you're loving, you're helping them to expand and develop. But they're over here starting fires. And you got to understand that from their perspective, the relationship was never set up for you to win, but for them to win. Then you're going to try to stop reasoning with somebody who's unreasonable. I hated to deliver that message. Well, you have at the foundation New Vision card, okay? hate that shadow. I'm just keep trying to fix the lighting, but okay, so this is kind of a funny deck, and so I'll tell you that this represents the Hangman card, okay? So this is about getting a new perspective on possibly this person. I'm really getting this vibe. It's a lot. A new vision for what it means to have a soulmate. What can you put your hope and faith in? A new vision for what it means to share burdens, share sacrifice. Understanding that your reason for partnering with people might not be their reason for partnering. Oh yeah, get a new perspective on that. I feel like there's something this person doesn't want you to inquire about. They're very defensive about you inquiring, and they're very defensive about protecting their peace, as false as it might be, because I see a lot of conflict surrounding this person, but you can't reason with them. Probably, I didn't get Emperor in reverse, but I'm almost getting an Emperor in reverse vibe of this is somebody who's trying to control everybody but themselves, and they don't understand that they're the common denominator. With the Queen of Coins, I really feel that if you're struggling to make a decision here, the advice is that you need to choose what's practical, okay? What's going to pay your bills at the end of the day. And I see the Wheel of Fortune right under her, so that's going to go in your favor. Especially if you've had a history being lied to and cheated because of misalignments of values, where, yeah, I'm getting an air sign again there. But maybe it was a broken marriage and family, or maybe you aligned with people who did not share values, like emotional values. They maybe emotionally betrayed you by lying, cheating, sneaking around, trying to get this unfair advantage, taking more than they were giving. Can't reason with them, or they were being con men or playing head games, whatever. The key to positive change for you is to make decisions based on what is solid and practical. What is going to pay your bills? What is going to keep a roof over your head? And I'm sorry, but the answer to that might be that you move. No longer share a roof with that person. Get them off of your bank account. Because they probably destabilizing you in some way. Stop sharing bills with them. This is a rough message, but whatever it is, you know, I think you need to take a very practical approach, and I think that can be hard for us. That earthy energy, it's very sobering, and we don't like it. And I'm saying this as somebody who's predominantly water and air in my chart. Yeah, I got a Taurus rising and a Mars in Capricorn, but I could Neptune out like the best of them, and all my Aquarian likes to be out in the stratosphere, idealizing out in the ethers with Pisces, okay? I do not like being brought down to earth. I can't stand that shit. But that's the advice. And I gotta say, I feel like Spirit gave me that advice a couple years ago, and I took it and I started getting around a lot of earth signs that helped me sober up, and you know, I had to like get accustomed to their way of thinking. I got close to a Capricorn, close to a Virgo, and you know, they have a different way of thinking, but they keep you clean every time. They keep you out of this. They'll keep you out of this, right? And I didn't like it at first, but I knew Spirit was trying to deal with me on that issue and start being more grounded and practical, and see what is, right? What is, rather than what I want to make believe and hope and wish is. Because that was getting me into trouble. The pie in the sky stuff, the idealizing, was getting me into trouble. And to balance that out, I needed to bring more of this in. And I really feel that that is key here to you getting positive change in your life. I hope I've said something here to encourage you, and know that if you want to know more, I've got the January readings over on Etsy for $3.99, and so if you're interested, would love to have you over there. The links are down below. Those of you who've already been, thank you so much for your support. And yeah, if you're dealing with a narcissism, maybe a narcissist, I should say, you might want to check out my narcissism playlist here on YouTube. I'll put the playlist link at the very end of this, because it ties into this book that I wrote. So yeah, you could get my book, and you can also look at the free resources here. So I hope that I've shared something with you that helps you out in your journey, and I hope to reconnect with you again next week. Be blessed.